Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jess Napolitano, and welcome to my kitchen. I have done several events, presentations, most recently a cooking demo with my friend Emily for busy families on busy nights, doing different dinners and things like that, and it was really exciting. And now, just like you all, I'm busy at home making dinners every single night, but the big thing that I feel like I'm missing a lot of the time is snacks. So I've also talked to a lot of families that are also forgetting to snack throughout the day, or they feel like they're snacking too much. Either way, we need to make sure that we're snacking throughout the day, between meals, to make sure that our bodies are staying fueled, because two things can happen, right? Either we're snacking all day, all throughout the day, and we're not making rooms to be hungry for meals, or we're not snacking between meals and then we're just so ravenously hungry for dinner, we get hangry. So I think we've kind of all been there depending what we have going on. But what's really key and crucial is to make sure that you have the snacks on hand ready to go, whether they're pre-prepared snacks that you're keeping in your cabinets or in your fridge, or you're making them in the afternoon and setting time aside. So two things that I thought we could make today were homemade granola and then also hummus. And I've set out crackers and veggies and things like that to try the hummus once we're done. But the granola and the hummus are both really easy, really simple to combine ingredients. So here in this bowl, I have the dry ingredients, which are, let's see, what is it? Almonds, pecans, oats, cinnamon, ground ginger. Man, it's like, and I threw in some pumpkin seeds. I'm gonna be honest, y'all, a lot of this is what I just have on hand. So I'm going to send out two recipes today. Both of them are from Gimme Some Oven, which is one of my very favorite cooking blogs. But really, these are so forgivable. Use what you have on hand. Now, I happen to have pecans, I happen to have almonds, barely enough oats, not enough ginger, good amount of cinnamon. You have to put some salt in there just to kind of balance out the taste of the ingredients. But really, I'm just using what I have on hand. And then what I'm doing is combining the wet ingredients with the dry, which is applesauce, oil, and brown sugar is in here too. That's an important key, or else it wouldn't be too very sweet. And then, oh my goodness, and water, a little bit of water. And again, I'll send out the recipes here with the rest of the stuff, because when I don't have it right in front of me, sometimes I just forget, and I'll just randomly pop them in when I think of them. I'm going to take the wet ingredients here, mix them with the dry, and what we're trying to do here is just make sure it's evenly coated. And if you're saying or thinking, Jess, did you say applesauce in a granola rice recipe? Why, yes, I did. And I thought it was very strange as well. My sister is expecting, she's 38 and a half weeks pregnant, so due any day. So a couple weeks ago, I went down, quarantined of course for 2 weeks, went down to see her, and we cooked for the entire weekend to get her freezer and her pantry and her fridge all ready to go for when the baby gets here. And one thing we made was this granola recipe. And I read the steps and it said applesauce, and I read it again a couple times just to make sure, but it came out fabulous. So I knew that I was gonna have to make it for this cooking demo. Like I said here, oh, and I forgot vanilla. I'm smelling it now, so there's definitely vanilla in here. Mixing it around just to make sure everything is really well coated. That's kind of the key. Also throw in some dried fruit as well. And really, again, all of these ingredients can be very flexible. I threw in dried cherries because, again, that's what I had, but I also had golden raisins or figs or dates that I could throw in as well if you don't like any of those things, or dried cranberries would be really awesome. Okay, so I think that's evenly coated here. Well, what you'll do from here, my lovely camera assistant, is place it evenly on a baking sheet. Right. And then spread it really, make sure you really take a couple minutes to make sure that you spread it evenly, because then it will cook evenly and get the color that you want. One failure that I've had a lot with granolas is not watching it or not paying attention and burning it. So with this recipe, actually what you're going to do is you're gonna, as I said, spread it out evenly on the pan. You're gonna bake it at 300 for 10 minutes. Then you're going to take it out of the oven, toss it around, 10 more minutes, take it out, toss it around, 10 more minutes, toss it around. And then from there, you just kind of watch it every 5 minutes until it gets the color that you want. Another important thing is once it comes out of the oven, it's still going to be a little bit chewy. So give it a little time to harden up, because like I said, it's applesauce, so it just gives it a little bit of a chewier consistency. But I promise with time out of the oven, it will crispen up. All right, so we'll get that in the oven here. Center rack for 10 minutes, and then magic of TV, it's already done for us. Now I like this, you can kind of see it's a little bit more crumbly and it's kind of hard to break apart, but I'm a person, I really like crumbled granola, big, thick pieces. And also this will last in your fridge indefinitely. I prefer to keep it in the fridge just for the freshness piece, but you can also keep it in your cabinet too if you'd like. Right? Granola. Have that with yogurt, have that with a bowl of cereal, right? You put it on top of your cereal or as a bowl of cereal, whatever you want. Granola is extremely versatile, or just pop a handful in your mouth in the middle of the afternoon in between different things that you're doing, okay? All right, so the next thing we're gonna make is hummus. And hummus, I promise, once you get through kind of the prep work of the ingredients, which this here is tahini, which my husband, before he left for work, was like, what is even tahini? And it's ground up sesame seeds, and that's it. But it does have like a pasty, oily consistency that can be hard. You do have to stir it in the jar before you use it. This is fresh lemon juice, just the juice from 1 lemon, 2 cloves of garlic, cumin and salt, and olive oil. And then these we'll just be using to taste to make sure the balance is good once we have it in. And this is 1 can of drained and rinsed chickpeas. You can use dried chickpeas that you've already cooked up and follow the instructions and whatnot to make them soft. Just make sure that you soften before you use dried chickpeas. Okay, so this is ready to go. Let's put in our cumin and salt, and then literally you just combine everything, hit on, and you go. This is a food processor. Oh gosh. It all made it in. That's a miracle. I spilled this right before we started the video too. All right, and then the olive oil. I was also saying that, crazy enough, I've never done a cooking demo in my own kitchen. It's always been something that I've done in other people's kitchen or an industrial kitchen or a shared kitchen. So to do it at home and stop to learn to actually stop and talk about it and what I'm doing in my own kitchen is different, very different. All right, last one here is the tahini. I just decided, I got a little bit lazy and decided not to take that out of the measuring cup because it was hard enough to get in, so I wasn't taking it out. Not that y'all aren't worth it, but. All right. So this food processor that I have here is about as old as I am. I might be exaggerating a little bit because I'm old, but it is older. And accidentally put the lid away. And now I'm just gonna blend it, so please hold. Scared my dog. You can zoom to Arthur. He's probably more excited. Can you say hi? Can you say hi? And I forget what the recipe exactly says, but ultimately, you blend until it's a texture that you like. So if you blend for 2 minutes, you're like, I like this chunky, more thick texture, go for it, right? And if you like it more smooth, add a tablespoon or 2 of water and just keep letting the food processor run. So I didn't even actually add water like the recipe said to, because I know that I like a thicker, chunkier hummus. And also it's great with this. just so I don't have to yell anymore. Also, what's great with this is just a base recipe, right? So you can add different herbs, spices, fruits or vegetables or peppers or anything else that you have on hand. Again, just like the granola, get fun, get creative. I think one thing I wish I would have thrown in here, we have a bunch of fresh rosemary outside that I could have used with like a lemon rosemary hummus, but I'm gonna try it. Like I said, I like a thick, chunky hummus. Maybe, if I could get it off. There we go. I won't tell you how long I fiddled with this before I started the video. It is really good. I like the flavor of the cumin. The cumin and the salt is a really good balance, especially like a salty cracker. It'll be really good with the veggie too. So, like I said, I will be linking the recipes because I knew I didn't do a great job at telling you portions along the way. But thanks for joining in my kitchen. I hope that all of you are staying well and staying happy. And guys, we're almost through this and we've done this together and we've come this far. Enjoy the rest of your summer and get outside as much as you can.